What you want to do first is get a good stance. And I would advise using a narrow grip. I prefer using a narrow grip. Yes, you can come wider, but we're going to be doing barbell rolls. And for that reason, I choose to use a narrow grip when I'm doing T-bar rolls. So here we go. Good grip. The back should be parallel, straight ahead. You don't want to lean back. You want to sort of lean into it. The back should be straight ahead. Okay? So we're coming up. Flex at the top, lower it down, let the lat stretch all the way out at the bottom. Just like so. All the way out at the bottom. Up, all the way out at the bottom. Up, all the way out at the bottom. For the most part, a lot of us have the tendency to bend the knees too much and stand up with the bar and put more stress on the lower back and end up working the traps instead of the entire lat region. So you want to always keep that in mind. So stay low, head up so you can work the traps at the same time, and that make sure you bring all the lat muscles into play. Now, a cable roll will enable you to get a little bit more isolation. You can isolate the upper trapezium region, you can isolate the rear delt, you can isolate the middle portion of the lats and the lower lumbar region. And it's a much safer than T-bar rolls. For ladies, it is very, very good. I would prefer cable rolls to T-bar rolls, especially for ladies. Now, for myself, what I would advise, as far as the guys are concerned, is to alternate them from time to time. One workout we're doing T-bar, next workout we're doing cable rolls. As the competition gets closer, you want to do a combination of the two in the same workout. Get a good firm grip on the hammer, place the feet, and stretch backward, stretching the lats out. What you want to do, once you've gotten the weight up, stretch the legs out a little more, straighten them out. A lot of people have the knees bent. You want to work the hamstring also, because the hamstring is involved when working the back. So you can get a 2-in-1. So you stretch the hamstrings out, make sure that they're flexed, lean forward, a good stretch, come out, throw the chest forward. What you're doing, you're arching the back on the way up. Okay? Lean forward, good stretch, throw the chest outward. Lean forward, good stretch, throw the chest outward. Exhale. Get a good stretch. I watch a lot of athletes come in, especially bodybuilders, they come in and they do this number. They end up working more arm than they do back. So we want to come in like so, throw the back out. None of this. It's a waste of time. This is number one. If you can't do anything else, make sure you do barbell rolls. Okay, barbell rolls not only work as far as building thickness in the back, it also works as far as shaping and isolating the back muscles. Works the rear traps, the rear delts, also works the outer portion of the lats and getting a good stretch. Also works the middle portion, which is the lower lumbar region, which gives that Christmas tree effect. You always want to make sure that you have in mind the possibility of an injury, because this rowing exercise, just as the others, must be used with precaution. Okay, so we always want to wear a belt. Okay, thanks, Fred. All right. So, we want to start with a weight that we're able to use, we're able to handle, we're able to get good quality repetitions out of. Always remember, the mind and the muscle must be linked together. One without the other equals zero or equals injury. Get a good grip on the ball, a little more than shoulder width is excellent. That's what I would highly recommend. Okay? Here we go. You want to inhale on the way up. Exhale on the way down. By keeping the head up, you're also working the traps. Lower it slowly to make sure you get a good stretch at the bottom. So lower it slowly to make sure you get a good stretch at the bottom. If you walk out there on stage, whether you're competing or if you're just on the beach, just to look good, you want to always have a good midsection. You want it to look nice, sharp, and trim. That's where ab work come into play at. Now this is the standing Roman chair. Very basic, but there again, one of the most effective exercises for working the entire abdomen region. Okay, what you want to do, first of all, get yourself a place here. Place the elbows on the pad with a good firm grip, because while doing these things, you want to make sure you don't have greasy hands. You don't want to end up flipping, because it can result in injury. So all of these things cannot be taken too lightly. Okay, we're here. Got a good firm grip. What I'm going to do, once I get set, I'm going to bring the knees up, bend them slightly, and crunch. As I crunch and bringing the knees up, I'm going to flex forward with the body. Okay, so it's somewhat a crunching movement. Let the air out on the way up. Rocking the body forward. Very good.
Good aim.
Super, super. I like that.
Whoa.
Great, great. Give me another one, Tim. Perfect, perfect. That's great. Good.
Right on, Tim.
All right. Now, when doing incline sit-up, you want to be sure to avoid putting an enormous amount of stress on the lower back. This is why, when doing them, I would advise to come only part of the way back. Just partially back. You don't want to go back so far that the strain is shifted from the front to the lower part of the back. And on the way up, you want to make sure that you squeeze and flex the abdomen. All right, here we go. Get yourself positioned properly. Make sure that the feet are in very close upon the pad. You don't want to be out to the side, because you can easily slip and fall back in the floor and knock a hole in the floor or in the foundation, okay? So here we go. You can also have your arms locked to the front of you or out to the side. I prefer out to the side. It's a little rough on me coming up in that way. So it's whatever you prefer, behind the head, to the front, or out to the side. But here I'm coming out in front of me. Back partially, right along in here, 3/4 of the way, up, flex at the top of the movement. Up, flex. On the way up, you want to let the air out. Okay, so we're flexing at the top of each repetition. You want to always keep that in mind. You don't want to relax the abs. You never want to relax. And that's why you get people saying, oh, I did 1,000 sit-ups today. You didn't do 1,000 quality sit-ups. Every sit-up should be a quality sit-up. The mind and the muscle must be linked together at all times in order to get the most out of every repetition. Okay? You also want to twist during the movement in order to bring the serratus into play. Like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like so. Now, I did them a little faster than normal, because I've learned and I've been able to train the mind and the muscles to work together in a more systematic and a controlled way, which I'm able to increase the pace. But for beginners and those just starting out, you want to do it much slower, so that you're able to feel and learn how to make the link between the mind and the muscle. Come on, baby! I've had a lot of people to say that Lee Haney is a nice guy. You know, he's a great representative of the sport, and he's a family man. Now he's a father, so
It's a combination of things. I feel Lee Haney is, and that's what I strive to be, and strive to be more of that. From the competitive standpoint of view, I feel that I know that he is the best in the sport of bodybuilding. And I know that he will continue to get better. You know, you have to be realistic. Some people can look in the mirror and see something that isn't there. I've always been a realist. And at the age of 19, I won the Teenage America at 212 pounds. And then at the Junior Nationals, I won that show at 222 pounds. Then I won the Nationals at 230 pounds. And that was quite large, even for a professional bodybuilder, which, and having symmetry, defined lines, and so forth, I then knew I had a chance. So it wasn't a shocking thing, because no one had ever heard of Lee Haney prior to those wins. But I had had a chance to see the different competitors on a national level as I was coming up, and I measured my chances against those guys and my physique against their physique. If you've given everything that you can in that gym, in your workouts, you've followed good dietary habits, you've gotten the right amount of rest, and you haven't been messing about doing things that you shouldn't have been doing when you should have had your mind on your goal, then that ego will not be there. But if you have done those things, and you know you've given it all, then you're satisfied within yourself. When you hit that stage, so here I am, I've been working 3 months, 4 months, getting ready, and let me show the world, and there we go, and it's a party from then on. You enjoy yourself. I'm ready. You're ready. When you hit that stage, you're ready. And that's what brings about that smile. That's what brings about charisma, because you've done all that you can do. Whenever you see a guy walk on stage and he's looking down, or he's wondering, or he has this questioning look upon his face, somewhere during his training he lacked. Unless you just have, it's just a psychological imbalance there. That is the only way. But to be an Olympian, you can't have a psychological imbalance. Otherwise, you wouldn't be an Olympian. You would still be one of a million other bodybuilders, and not amongst those top 10 Olympians in the whole world.